I was on a retreat and it was a sisters retreat, and like you see like the sisters in the religious habit and then you see sisters not in the religious habit. We were in a small group and I was like, I'm going to ask the question. I don't care. I'm just going to be bold. And all the ones who took off their religious habit, they're all suffering from a lack of vocations, and they're closing down convents, and they're not growing. And the Gen Zs, they're all entering into the traditional orders. You see the traditional orders wearing the religious habit, keeping with tradition. The Gen Zs want that now, and they're booming in vocations. So I said, sister, do you think you guys are dying out because you took off your religious habit? And she agreed. She agreed that it was a mistake.
Wow.
But like the mistake was to say the religious habit, one of them said it makes people uncomfortable. That's the point, kind of. Like, it's supposed to spark an interest.
Yep.
You look weird. Why do you look weird? Well, okay, let me tell you about Jesus. It's supposed to spark that interest. After interpreting Second Vatican Council, they thought it was better to look like the world and to blend in with the world so that you didn't make yourself look superior to others, but it totally backfired on them.
Yeah, that's beautiful said.
Yeah, a lot of people will say that, you look weird. Also, you look like unapproachable.
Yeah.
But I think that to be approachable is not based on what you wear, but it's based on how you are as a person. And I think it actually makes it even more beautiful when you're dressed in a certain way, representing your vocation. And at the same time, you also are very approachable and very human when it comes to your interactions with other people.
Our abbot told me once, he said, because I had a challenge with this too, especially when I picked up the hat. Isn't the habit enough?
Enough, yeah.
Like, isn't that a sign enough to the world that I've died to myself, or I'm trying to do? So, and that Christ is living in me. But what he said was amazing. He said that, we do want to look a little more intimidating, let's say, or a little more standoffish. Not just because we want to pull away from the people. It's because we want to show them the reverence and the dignity that's due to this calling. The mystery that's behind what we're doing. It is a mystery. It is something much bigger than ourselves. But then they come and encounter the person, like you said. And now that thing that was such a mystery becomes human. It's incarnational,
That's
right?
nice. That's
So
very
it
nice.
comes down. So he was telling me about St. Peter's Basilica. You walk in there and it's intimidating. It's like, why are there such high ceilings? Why are there all these statues? And it's like, it's meant to intimidate you, to tell you that. It's like God with Moses. Take off the sandals from your feet. You're walking on, and there's a bush that's flaming. It's like, it is intimidating. But it's through that, it's meant to spark our interest and get us closer to ask a question, to wonder what's going on. Why is it this beautiful? And then hopefully then we're introduced to the reality of God's love for us and his fatherhood and his intimacy that he desires for us to seek.